we did yesterday, or started to do. Who remembers that big, long N word? Raise your hand, please. Ansley? Oh, I think you were so close. Aiden?
Narrative.
Narrative, yes. So a couple days ago, we started this process with writing narrative ideas. I need help to remember what a narrative means. Jude?
Narrative means that it has a first, then last.
Okay, so there are parts to that writing. Should they go in a special order? They do. So a narrative writing is a writing sample that you will do, that you know about, that will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it will have a first, next, then, and last parts. What's a personal narrative then? Share with someone around you. What's a personal narrative? Evie, come join a group. Remember what personal means? That means that you have personally experienced it. So a personal narrative means something that you know about, that you are a pro on, right? So you tell me, a personal narrative is? You say it. A personal narrative is? What? Okay, so doing something maybe that you know that people don't know? Yeah, that's right. 5, back on me, please. 4, eyes on me. 3, 2, 1. Raise your hand. Share to me, what is a personal narrative? Hazy?
Something that you know about.
Something that you know about. So my example of a personal narrative was bringing a baby home from the hospital. Is that something that you know about? No. So you wouldn't be able to come up with all those really great details of bringing home a baby from the hospital. But I have personally experienced it 2 times, so I would be able to write about that because I personally experienced it. So, yesterday, just as a quick review, yesterday you got to either pick from a narrative idea that we brainstormed together or from one of your 3 personal experiences, personal narrative ideas. I would like to have, Jude, will you get your notebook, please? Will you share your web with us? Yesterday you made a web. You circled which narrative idea you wanted to write about. So let's share just a couple before we get started writing with one of them. Thank you, Jude. No, I'm going to put it up here so everyone can see it. Okay, so it's my handwriting that you can notice because Jude was having some hard times with his cast on. So he told me what he wanted it to say, and then I wrote it for him. So, your big idea, your personal narrative is what?
Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars. Tell us your, here, you come over here, you're going to be the teacher right now. You tell us your ideas about getting ready to play Lego Star Wars.
Is it if I pick them in order?
If you'd like to do them in order, that's fine.
First, you're starting with picking your area you want to play in. And then you pick your guy. You can color his clothes too, if you want to. You can leave him plain. And then you pick your lightsaber color.
Okay. All right, and then last, what do you really do?
Play the game.
Play the game. Then last, you play the game. Awesome. So all of you made a web as well. And what we're going to do today is we're going to number your ideas that you did to get ready for your personal narrative, and then you're going to put those ideas into sentences. These were just quick ideas, so we didn't use periods or ending punctuations or uppercase letters if we didn't need to. So, Jude, which one would you number first?
I would number this one first.
So you pick your area where you'd like to play first. So I'm going to put a number 1. All right? Which one would come next? You pick your guy to play next. I'm going to put a number 2.
And practically you just do that. And
Then you pick the color of the clothes on your guy. Okay. Number 3.
pick color lightsaber.
Okay. Then you pick your lightsaber color. So that would be number 4. And then you could actually add one more part, and it would be last I
Play the game.
talk to them. Last I
Play the game.
play the game. That's right. So when you go back to your tables, you will be numbering your parts of your narrative to put them in order. Thank you for sharing, Jude. Let's do one more. Let's see. Devin, would you like to share yours? We'll do one more quick one, and then I'll share mine and put mine into sentences. You okay? Okay, so here's Devin's. So what's your personal narrative that you're going to write about? Right, getting ready for school. Would you like to number them first and then tell us? Okay, so which one would come first? Okay, so Devin at her house, she eats breakfast first. Maybe that's not the same thing or the same order that you do at your house, but for Devin, she gets ready, or she eats breakfast first. So I'm going to put a number 1. All right, what's next, Devin? Right, Devin brushes her teeth next, so that's going to be number 2. Keep your Velcro so in, please. Put on your clothes. Be number 3. Then what do you do last? You need your backpack to go to school, don't you? So she would do that. All right, so Devin, thank you for putting those in order for me. Now I'm going to use words instead of numbers. You can have a seat. Thanks, and I'll give this back to you in just a second. So instead of numbers, I'm going to put words that would go with those numbers. So for the number 1, what word do you think I would put?
One.
When I'm going to put it into a sentence. First. Okay? So I'm going to write the word first I eat breakfast. What could I use? What word could I use for what happens with the number 2? Elishma?
Second.
I could put second. First I eat breakfast. Second I brush my teeth. Or I could use the word next. And you could use second if you would like to. I'm going to use the word next. Next, I brush my teeth. For number 3, I could use Ethan? Third, or then I get my clothes on. And then what would be the last one? Oh. Instead of saying fourth, I just said it. I just gave you the word. Last, I get my backpack on. So when Devin goes to write her ideas or her parts for her narrative into sentences, she'll use these important words. Those words are going to tell the reader or the listener how her narrative goes in order, or how she gets ready to go to school. All right, thank you so much for sharing, Devin. Oh, sorry, Kitty. All right, I'm going to show you mine now. So mine that I chose was Bring Home a Baby from the Hospital. That was the personal narrative that I made my brainstorming sheet on. So I turn my page. So Bringing Home a Baby. The first thing I do is I would get baby furniture.